Hi, my name is Ciara. I'm coming to you from Form Studio in Ballymena, which is in County Antrim in Northern Ireland. And I'm going to take you through a flow from my dynamic class this week. I'm going to be using a weight. This is a 1.5 kg bar. You could use a weight or no weight or heavier weight, depends on where you want to work, okay? So I like to call this class Plank It Till You Pike It, and you will see why. So this is just going to be a short flow from about the middle section of the class this week. So let's get started. You're going to come off to the left side of your machine. So if you were facing towards the front of the reformer and stepping off, you're to the left side. Add a medium spring to the reformer. On my reformer, that's a yellow, so it might be different on yours, but it's a medium spring you want to be working on. We're going to take the long strap, stand in reverse towards the carriage, taking the long strap into the left hand, and then diagonal to the riser here at the top of the machine, so you're kind of standing facing it. We're going to take a squat position. If you're using your weight, it's going to be in your right hand. I want you to step back far enough so that when you have the left arm out in front of you, there's tension on the rope. You bring this right arm into your row position, and we're going to take a little squat row. It's going to look like this. As you inhale, coming down, rowing the left elbow in towards you, and as you come up, squeezing the glutes. And then you can add the weight. So squat and pull, stand and squeeze. Okay, so let's do it together. Inhale, take it down into the heels, row the left elbow in as you reach the right arm out, and then as you stand, squeezing the glutes. Squat towards the floor, squeeze as you lift. So you're trying to break even at the hips if you can, keeping the spine nice and lengthened, and on the way up, really trying to press into the heels and then squeeze the glutes as you stand up. And we want single breath, single movement. I like to inhale on the way down and then exhale and squeeze the glutes on the way up, but doesn't really matter as long as you're single breath, single movement. Good, and we're going to take a few more just like that. If the reformer starts to move, that's your sign that you're just using a little bit too much force. You want to keep those row movements nice, slow, and controlled. Let's take 2 more. And then get ready on the last one. We're going to hold this one low, so sit nice and deep. Elbow tight to the waist, right arm out in front. Take a little pulse here. In your squat. Keep tension on the rope if you can. And another 3. Good, and 2. Last one, can you hold? Maintain the tension, sit a little deeper if you can. 3, 2, and 1. Release. Nice work. Hook that strap back on behind you. You're going to bring your weight onto the carriage with you. Staying on a red spring and keeping that weight on the right hand. So, all fours, 4-point kneeling on your carriage. Have your hands on your shoulder pads and really try to keep the alignment of the shoulder to the wrist, okay? So you don't want to be back here. You want to move yourself up so that the shoulders are directly above the wrists. Also, knees directly underneath the hips, keeping that hip to knee alignment as well. Weight is going to be in the right hand. And firstly, lift those left toes and curl them around the bar. Take that row position again with the right arm, and I'll show you what we're doing. On the inhale, push out, extend the right arm, push out far enough so that the left leg is straight, squeezing into the left glute, and then nice and slowly controlling it back. Okay, let's move together. Keep this slow and controlled. Draw your belly button to the spine. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, controlling it back. Inhale, full extension. Squeeze that left glute. Exhale, controlling back. And just keep that movement flowing with your breath. As you press out, make sure to try and lengthen into that left leg as much as possible. Squeeze the glute. Can you keep the weight level at the shoulder? And if you're not using the weight, you could still take this motion. Maybe just clench the fist and take your time. Nice, slow, controlled movements. Good, you got it. And let's just take a few more like that. Getting ready to hold it on the last one after 2. Good, and then last one, pressing out, full extension of that leg. Can you flip the palm down? If you're just having the arm in front, clench your fist and hold it. Or maybe with the weight, take a little pulse here. Keep drawing that belly button up in towards the spine as you do so. 2, 1, close the carriage with control. Good, and you might take a little child's pose here. Bring the hips back to the heels, maybe stretch your arms out in front of you. Relax the head and neck, and take a nice deep breath in. And exhale. Good, bring yourself up. Okay, so now we're going to move it into the more complex movement of this class, which is working towards pikes. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate what we're going to be doing. We'll warm the movement up with our plank first, okay, forearm planks. So we're maintaining this row position with the arms, but transferring it onto the carriage. Again, you want to make sure that you have joint-to-joint stability, so your shoulders stacked above your elbows, and it's going to look like this. You're going to have options as well, depending on where you're working. So feet, I like to curl my toes around the platform, okay? Some people prefer to tuck them, that's totally fine. And also, if you're wanting to stay on the platform and you feel like the bar is in your way, then just lower it to the floor. Otherwise, coming down to the forearms, fingertips are curling around the shoulder pads. Move the shoulders directly above the elbows and draw the belly button up and in towards the spine. Breathe in, exhale, lift the knees, and push yourself out into plank. As you inhale, you're going to return. And exhale, push to plank, squeeze nice and tight, and return. At any time, you have the option to drop the knees to rest, or you just keep moving. From there, we'll transition it to the pike, okay? So from the plank position, pike, we're going to shoot the hips up, legs straight, carriage closes if you can, drop your head, look back towards the bar of the reformer, and then as you exhale, come back to plank. I want you to focus on every time closing the carriage and exhale, controlling it to plank. If you want it to go a little higher, you could lift your feet to the bar one at a time. Same movement, high, pike, legs straight, hips high, close the carriage, and then exhale into plank. If you want it to go further than that, then you could take single leg, sweep it up, close the carriage, exhale to plank, and then drop it down and rest. Okay, we ready? Let's give it a go. So we start with our planks, set it up, forearm, row arm position on the carriage, shoulders above your elbows, draw your belly button up and in towards your spine, inhale. As you exhale, press out and find that plank. Inhale, bend the knees to draw the carriage back. Exhale, press to plank and squeeze. Keep that going, or at any time, if you prefer to, you can drop the knees down and take a little rest. Otherwise, we keep this moving. Nice. Again, single breath, single movement. Doesn't really matter which one, but I like to think about inhale, preparing, exhale, effort. So on the exhale, I'm planking and squeezing. Let's take two more. Good, now on this last one, can you hold that little forearm plank? Ooh, don't into the upper back, press, draw the belly button to the spine. Squeezing for 3, for 2, and 1. Bring it back. Okay, take a little breather. Maybe just roll it up. Give the shoulders a little roll. Give the arms a little roll and a little shake out as we prep for these pikes, okay? So remember, you want to be thinking about getting your legs straight, your hips all the way up, close the carriage, drop the head, and then control yourself back to plank. Let's do it. Inhale, draw the belly button to the spine. Exhale, take it to plank. Inhale, shoot the hips up, close the carriage, look back towards the bar of the reformer, and then exhale slowly into the plank. Let's keep it moving. Inhale to pike, exhale to plank, dropping the knees at any time if you need a rest. If you want to take it higher, the bar is there, 1 foot at a time. Same movement, see if you can close the carriage. Exhale to plank. Inhale, lifting high. Exhale. And if you wanted to take it further again, and you do not have to, you sweep that right leg up and plank it back down. Sweeping up and planking. I know you're feeling this now, guys. Let's go 3 more. Wherever you're working, on the platform, on the bar, or single legs. Beautiful. Let's go 1 more. Now, can you hold that pike for 3, 2, and 1, and into the plank for 3, 2, and 1, and close the carriage. Woo! Come safely down and take a breath. I need a breath. I'm sure you need a breath too. Breathing in nice and deeply through the nose and exhaling through the mouth, and then just move yourself onto the carriage. Roll yourself up safely. Whoa, those are tough, right? You did great. I'm sure you did great. So we're going to take one more little exercise from the class, and I'm going to lift my weight again, if I can find it. There we go. And we're going to turn around towards the front of the carriage this time, okay? I'm going to ask you to switch your spring to a blue. Now, if you knew that you're pretty confident with the ropes and with single arm work, then you could stay on a medium spring, but I'm going to recommend you start with the blue, get the feeling, and if you feel like you can go heavier, then you can switch it from there, okay? So it's really important that we move together in this one because there's a sequence to how you arrive in the position that you need to be. So if you're using the weight, and again, you don't have to, the weight's going to be in that right hand again, and we're going to move into all fours position. So my feet are now on the headrest. Tuck your right toes in around the headrest, and then step your left foot forward to the top of the carriage. So really trying to aim to get your big left toe to the top of the carriage. Stay low and sweep around and reach for that long strap. Bring it back to center. Here we are. And then just upright your spine. From here, shoulders back, focus your gaze, draw your belly button to the spine to keep the core engaged. And then make sure to keep the tension and control of the rope, okay? That's going to help you with your balance. Pull those arms back into that row position again. So elbows nice and tight to the waist. Okay, the effort this time is going to be on the left hand. So pressing out the rope, resisting against the springs. We move slow and controlled. Inhale, prepare. As you exhale, push that left arm straight out in front of you, and then we begin to row the arms, elbows coming straight back. Press, press. Take your time. No need to rush this. You can also take extra breaths if you need them. And as always, just trying to coordinate your movement with the breath. Now the arms are moving here. Core is stabilizing, and you'll start to feel those quads, that right quad, firing up. Let's keep it moving. This is one of those exercises that looks way easier than what it is. Press and press. Let's take 4 more. Nice job, everybody, for 2. Last one, can you get that left arm out straight in front of you? Take the right arm down by your side. Now bring that hand up above the head. Good, hold it. 3, 2, and 1. And then nice and slowly release. Okay, I said we were going to take one more, but I think we'll take another one, all right? So staying on the blue. Again, you will know if you practice regularly what spring you can be on for this side lying series. So we're going to lie down and set up sides. Bringing the bum to the back of the carriage, shifting your knees right up in line with the hips, shins to the front and feet to the front. Okay, you don't want your heels back here, you want them all the way to the front of the carriage. Reach for your rope, let the strap be free, give it a big pull, and get the right foot in through the strap. Roll your right shoulder back, draw the belly button to the spine, and simply externally rotating. Inhale, opening that right knee all the way back, exhale, squeezing. Inhale, opening, exhale, squeezing. Good. Just setting up what's to come next. We like to work the whole body in these classes, guys, you know that. Let's take a few more. This is actually one of my favorites, side lying. When we get into the hips and into these little pockets in the side, you can really feel it work. So let's take 3 more like this, in this clam position. Good. Last one. Okay, here we go. Bring it down. Lift the knee up level at the hip. When you're looking at your foot bar, you should be able to see your foot above the foot bar, okay? You don't want your knees dropping down here. You want to maintain this position. Now push that leg all the way back straight. Hip and heel in a nice line. And again, don't drop the foot. Keep it lifted. We're going to inhale, sweep it forward. And as you exhale, press it back in line with the hip again. Inhale, bring it forward. Exhale, press. Driving with the heel, trying to keep that leg as straight as you can, not letting it drop. We're just going to take a few more. Be mindful as well not to drop down into this left shoulder. Push the headrest away from you. Stay lifted up out of the shoulder. Squeezing here as you exhale. And let's take 3 more. Nice. Okay, one more as you bring it back. Don't let the leg drop. Push into the foot, into the strap, and then pulse. Little pulses to finish us off. Good. It's a little bit on fire. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it. Point the toe up towards the ceiling. Take it up. Grab a hold of that handle. Heel to the ceiling, toe to the face. Really push the foot into the strap. Stretch it out for 3, 2, and 1. And then release the foot from the strap. Release it down. And that is that. Just a little snippet of what we did in my dynamic class in form this week. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope I see you soon. Take care.